exploring Chit Chat. You are not alone. For those who visit this channel for the very first time, my name is Yuhan. I'm from Taiwan and I moved to Sydney when I was 25. Have you ever suffered from a lot of self-criticizing and self-defeating when you are at work, especially when you firstly get into the job market or when you newly change your career into a new industry? I suffer a lot from it. And this problem, I finally find the answer for the question that I always used to criticize myself about, why you are not, cannot learn the stuff quick enough, why you cannot finish the job as quick as other people do, why I cannot find the answer or do the analysis quickly within the time frame they want. I finally find the answer of this question in one of my training that I attended a few weeks ago. It's about when to delegate, when to direct, and when to coach. This really relieved me from those questions. So the concept is the lecturer used the metaphor of the driver license in Australia. Well, at least in New South Wales, if you are a learner, that means that before you pass your driver license test, you have a learner plate. That means that you are not even having a formal driver license, and you need a lot of direct. And when you go to the second one is after you pass the exam, you will be able to get a red P plate. And after red P plate for a while, you'll be able to in green P plate. After green P plate for a while, you'll be able to get your full driver license. I wasn't take the driver license exam in Australia, and I can convert my Taiwanese driver license to New South Wales driver license. But that's how I heard from my friends and a lot of different people. They share the info with me. And that day, the lecturer used this as a very great metaphor. What she said is, when you are having L plate, like someone new to the topic or someone new to the role, they know nothing. They know nothing. So that means that if you are a supervisor or you are the boss, you'll need to give that person a lot of direction, because that person even don't have any knowledge into what they are doing. If you delegate the work to those person, that means that that person don't know where to go, and they will become very stressed and they don't know what to do. Secondly, when they go to green P plate, that means that maybe they do their job for maybe 6 months or 1 year, and to that topic, then they might go to the green P plate. They know something, but not that much. The lecturer say when someone is in that stage, the supervisor or the leader should give that person some coaching. That means that that person can do something, but they still need some coaching because they are not that familiar with what they are doing. But it's not fully direction because they already have some knowledge about what they have to do and when to do what. They need a lot of practice and more experience when in different scenario in their job. And with the time pass, when they're doing more of their job, they go to the red P plate. The red P plate is the stage that the lecturer taught us that if that person already at the red P plate, that person usually already have enough experience about the job that they are doing. What they need at that stage is confidence. So I think that's really a good metaphor, because when someone get red P plate, they already use green P plate for 1 to 2 years. I'm not sure how many years, but it's around that, those period of time. But they need more confidence about driving. That means that at that stage, the leader can almost give that person that person like work automatically, but need to give them more confidence in when they're doing their job, because we all know confidence actually affect the performance. After that person also build up the confidence, they'll go to full license. That's the stage that you can delegate the job. And the lecturers say if that person already able to do 70% of job with the super leader's 70% satisfaction, then the supervisor can delegate the job. This actually really answer my question that I always use to self-criticize myself for a lot of years from different perspectives. Firstly, it's about whether when I firstly being a lawyer, what happened to me is I was being given 50 cases with almost no training. So what happened is I read the practice paper of the practice area that I'm going to practice in. I have the knowledge in my head, well, the textbook knowledge, nothing that is like really on hands work. That's my very first job. I have a very nice supervisor that I mentioned in the last video, but she is not actually the formal supervisor in the firm. My formal supervisor is the partner in the law firm, and almost no support from the partner. And at that time, I'm being thrown into the deep end, and I need to figure out everything myself. And there's a lot of different situations in different cases. There's like not just professional knowledge, it's also a lot of things I have to learn, like how to communicate with diverse party. If I have 50 cases, each case have 3 parties or even more. That means that I have 150 stakeholders at the same time. At that time, I never worked before as well. At that time, I always criticize myself, why I cannot learn the thing faster, and why I do the stuff so slow, and why other people can finish all those jobs and I cannot. But now I look it back with this model, the chart that I'm provided by the lecturer, I finally realize, no. Because I'm not in the stage of doing everything. I don't have any full license at that time. Seriously, in that role, in that practice area. You can somehow say you can say I have green P, but actually, I think I'm even just a learner at that time as a lawyer, because I just got my practice certificate. And I'm being thrown in the deep end to do 50 cases a day, like running 50 cases at the same time. I suffer so many self-criticize, and when I go to the next law firm, where it's a little bit better, but this question in my heart never been solved, because I don't know whether it's because they should provide me support, or it's because I'm not good enough, so I'm not able to handle those stuff right away. Because in the law industry, a lot of time they will say you have to learn things quick, you'll be able problem-solving capability, and be able to work under stress, and be able to work in a fast-paced environment. Well, that's all on the job description. So those job descriptions also give me an impression that I have to learn everything myself, be able to work independently, be able to work well under stress and fast-paced environment. And I just think, it's because I'm not good enough, and I feel so unhappy and always criticize myself. And this question always also brings to my current industry that I'm in. However, it's way better because I am being provided a lot of support and guidance from my senior, my manager. I know I'm in a very good working experience. However, this question, the question self-criticizing problem is not go away. Because I'm not sure when sometimes I still do some, for example, I draft some document and I got a lot of track changes come back and I will think, oh, I start to criticize myself again. Why I cannot learn thing quickly, why I cannot draft the thing good enough for my manager no need to change it and can directly use it by just referring back to the database, like what other has been written before. I just have a lot of those self-criticizing again, and those kind of self-criticizing is very exhausted and it's unhealthy as well. And this really answered my question, because now I can neutrally analyze for certain tasks whether I'm the very first time I do it. For example, this is not just because the role, not just because when you work into a role for 3 years, doesn't mean that you are as experienced as a full license for a certain task that you have to do in that role. Well, if you work in that role for 3 years, it's likely that you have done most of the thing. It's a little bit exaggerate. But I just changed to my current industry for around 1.5 years. There is a lot of things are quite new to me, and sometimes some stuff I already done it for like 5 to 6 times, and some of the stuff that I haven't done, never done at all. And now I'm able to, right after that lecture, that session, I'm able to neutrally analyze when it's reasonable to ask for more direction, or I can expect my senior or my manager to give me more direction, and when I can expect myself that I can do it myself, and what kind of level of satisfaction I should provide. For example, when I firstly do my job, if that is the task that I never done before, I will expect that I will have more guidance from my manager. And I have a super good manager, because some tasks that I remember in the very first few times, there are some tasks that I never done before. He will give me some old file or some how they did it in the past, and I will be able to follow that, and I become very familiar with it. And for some other tasks, that is for the small new task, and for the bigger tasks that I never done before, that have more big task, I will know, oh, this might be the task that I can ask for more support when I need. And because the environment I'm in at this moment is very good, so the people will also recognize that. They will know that I'm not that familiar with that task. When I ask for help, my colleague and my senior, my manager are happy to provide guidance and help. So this is a very good chart to avoid self-criticizing at work. I'm not sure about this in daily life, but for the job work scenario, this is very helpful. And don't look at it just for the role, as I say. If you're in a role for 3 years, but you never done one thing before, you are in L plate. You are not in full license. And the people give you that task shouldn't expect that you are full license. Actually, that person shouldn't delegate. That person should direct to you. So that means that person needs to say, you have to do A, B, and C very detailedly, and like ask you to do it like a manual, And when you are getting more and more experience, you can look yourself to grow. And I will say, if we are not in those kind of environments, allow us to know nothing, and we need to be directed and learn, that means now I look back, I think that is not a healthy environment. So whoever watched this video, I would like you to know, use this chart or use this concept to analyze if you are in an environment that you are not happy, you feel that you are being given a lot of work and don't know what to do, there's no direction, I think it's very obvious that you are in a unhealthy place, especially if you ask for help and they are not providing you help, because that actually somehow happened to me in the past. At that time, I will just criticize myself, oh, why I'm not able to find the answer myself online. But actually, well, we should be able to have some problem solving skills. That's important to find the answer. But when you just enter a new role or a new task, like a totally little white rabbit, it's fine for you to expect you get the good direction from your supervisor or your team leader. This is a question that I suffer for a long time, the self-defeating and self-criticizing, because I always think that I should be able to find the answer myself, I should be able to solve the problem myself and do it quickly within the short turnaround, and I shouldn't feel stressful, or I should do the good job even under the very stressed environment when I am not really familiar with what I'm doing yet. And this also tells us this is the learning curve that everyone have. Well, some people may be very good at learning and pick up everything quicker, but everyone have our own pace, right? And I think if you are able to recognize this and analyze this neutrally, you'll be free from the suffering of criticizing yourself. On the other hand, I also think this is very important metaphor to be remembered when we or myself become a leader one day, because I should actually analyze the junior or the new people I'm working with, whether that person is familiar with what we are doing. If that person is not familiar with, I should give more detailed direction. And if that person have already told me, oh, they have done that before, but not exactly this one, maybe they are in green pea plate. And if that person tells us that, oh, I always do it, and for a few years already, quite familiar with this procedure, but not in this industry area, then that means that that person might be in the might be in the red pea place, because that person basically know everything. They just need some confidence and have a little bit in idea about the new industry that person just newly joined. I think this is very important for the leader, but more importantly for a junior. I think most of the time we are a junior at our stage in our career. This is very important for a junior, for you to understand that it is not always your problem. Sometimes you are just not in the right place and right environment to help you grow. Although we shouldn't always just rely on others, we should also keen to learn, as long as that is the place that you want to develop. We should keen to learn, be diligent. However, we shouldn't let others take advantage of our diligence and hard working. That's happened to me, or that's what I feel in the past when I was working in a law firm. I think we should use this concept to analyze it neutrally, to see whether I'm working in a healthy environment, whether I'm working in the environment with the leader that helped me to grow, which is very important. Sometimes, even we are able to learn things ourselves, there is a limit there. With good leader, they will be able to help us to grow more faster, more efficient, and they will share with us about their experience that they have already had in the last 20 years. It is very important concept for us to analyze our working environment. I hope this very help you, because after I learned this concept, I feel relief. and I feel very happy because self-defeating and self-criticizing myself at work really make me feel suffered in the past. Now I don't need to, because I know when to ask for more help and when is the reasonable level of delegation or coaching that I should have. This is the question that I always had for years since I started to work when I was 27 years old. I really hope this episode helped you and this concept helped you. If any of you have any similar suffering or any similar story would like to share with us, feel free to leave a comment below. I'm looking forward to see you in our next episode. Bye bye!